From the bursts of laughter in 2001, the Bernie Mac show became a symbol of American television. Yet behind the scenes were lives filled with irony. Some faced depression, some lost everything to scandal, and others quietly transformed their fates, becoming wealthier than anyone could have imagined. Where are they now, and how have their lives changed after more than 2 decades? Let's uncover the truth behind the fame and honor the legacies they left behind. Bernie Mac as Bernie McCullough. Bernie Mac, whose real name was Bernard Jeffrey McCullough, was born on October 5, 1957 in Chicago, Illinois. At age 44, he played the lead role of Bernie McCullough, a successful comedian forced to take in his drug-addicted sister's 3 children, in The Bernie Mac Show, 2001. The role not only made him a television icon, but also mirrored his own life. Bernie Mac's life was a series of battles between responsibility and pain. Born into poverty in the violent South Side of Chicago, he lost his mother as a teenager, followed soon after by the deaths of his brother and father. His marriage to his loyal wife, Rhonda McCullough, was once seen as his only lifeline. But as his career exploded, the distance between them grew. In his final years, sarcoidosis weakened both his body and spirit. While audiences saw him smiling on stage, he struggled through sleepless nights of shortness of breath, chest pain, and secret hospitalizations. Yet he still pushed himself to finish The Bernie Mac Show and Ocean's 11 as if nothing were wrong. The quiet strain of marriage slowly ate away at him. Rhonda was exhausted from caring for a husband always away from home, and Bernie was worn out from having to stay strong all the time. On August 9, 2008, Bernie Mac passed away at age 50 at Northwestern Memorial Hospital in Chicago after 3 weeks in a coma due to complications from pneumonia. At the time of his death, he left behind an estimated net worth of $15 million. Kellita Smith as Wanda McCullough. Kellita Smith was born on January 15, 1969, in Chicago, Illinois. She was 32 years old when she played Wanda McCullough, Bernie's strong, successful, and proud wife, in The Bernie Mac Show, 2001. Her character embodied the image of the modern woman. But behind Hollywood's bright lights, Kellita faced her own quiet struggles. She battled prejudice and typecasting, and her assertiveness caused her to be excluded from several projects, including a major role in The Jamie Foxx Show. In 2014, her role as Roberta Warren in Z Nation brought her name back into the spotlight, but left her drained from non-stop filming and long periods away from family. Unmarried and without children, Kellita later admitted that loneliness led her into depression during the mid-2000s. She sought therapy and underwent cosmetic surgery to confront aging and her fear of being forgotten. However, like Wanda in the show, she chose to rise again and take control of her life. Her career gradually recovered, and In the Cut, 2015 to 2020, helped her maintain her place in the sitcom world. Today, at 56 years old, Kellita Smith still lives in California, running a small fashion brand she founded and appearing at charity events promoting mental health awareness. Her estimated net worth is around $3 million, enough for her to live freely and peacefully. Naya Rivera as Donna. Naya Rivera was born on January 12, 1987, in Valencia, California. At the age of 15, she played Donna, a confident, sharp, and always positive friend beside Vanessa in The Bernie Mac Show, 2002. Though her appearance was brief, Naya left a lasting impression with her mischievous eyes and the natural charisma of a rising star. Behind that radiant smile was a childhood full of turbulence. Naya entered show business at just 4 years old, earning money to help her parents after their divorce. She grew up in a world where fame came early, but childhood was stolen. When she rose to fame as Santana Lopez in Glee, 2009 to 2015, Naya became an icon for the LGBTQ+ community, but also found herself at the center of on-set tensions. The pressure of fame, combined with conflicts with co-stars, sent her into emotional turmoil. Her marriage to actor Ryan Dorsey, the man she loved deeply, became the greatest tragedy of her life. They married in 2014 and welcomed their son Josie in 2015. But the relationship quickly fell apart amid accusations of domestic violence and repeated separations. Naya fell into depression, developed an eating disorder, and suffered from chronic anemia. She tried to rebuild her life by writing a book and starring in At the Devil's Door, 2014, but loneliness never left her side. Sadly, on July 8, 2020, at age 33, Naya Rivera went missing at Lake Piru while boating with her 4-year-old son. The boy was found safe, telling authorities that his mother had pushed him onto the boat before being pulled underwater. 5 days later, Naya's body was recovered. She had drowned, saving her child. Her net worth was estimated at around $5 million, earned from acting and music. Camille Winbush as Vanessa Nessa Tompkins. Camille Winbush was born on February 9, 1990, in Culver City, California. She was 11 years old when she played Vanessa Tompkins, the rebellious, outspoken niece who constantly tested Uncle Bernie's patience. The character made audiences both love and fear her, earning Camille 3 prestigious Young Artist Awards. But when the spotlight faded, Camille faced the harsh reality of growing up in Hollywood. After the show ended in 2006, she struggled to find direction, branded as a washed-up child star. Financial pressure, isolation, and the fear of being forgotten drove her into periods of anxiety. Although she appeared in The Secret Life of the American Teenager, 2008 to 2013, her fame never returned to its former height. In her personal life, Camille dated model Nick Denbay, but their breakup became tabloid drama after rumors of infidelity. Remaining unmarried, she channeled her energy into entrepreneurship, opening an ice cream shop called Baked Ice in Pasadena in 2003, which earned her the title of Teenpreneur of the Year. However, the COVID-19 pandemic forced the shop to close, triggering another emotional setback. Now, at 35 years old, Camille Winbush still lives in Los Angeles, working on independent projects and managing her own lingerie brand. She rarely appears in public, choosing a calm life away from fame. Her estimated net worth is about $4.5 million, enough for her to live on her own terms. Jeremy Suarez as Jordan Tompkins. Jeremy Suarez was born on July 6, 1990, in Burbank, California. At 12 years old, he played Jordan Tompkins, a shy boy fascinated by insects who often became the target of Uncle Bernie's teasing in The Bernie Mac Show. Throughout 5 seasons, Jeremy allowed audiences to witness the journey of a timid child learning to grow up within a family filled with laughter and challenges. But behind the humor on screen was a childhood lost in an adult world. Jeremy began acting at age 5 in Jerry Maguire, 1996, and earned early praise through The Bernie Mac Show and as the voice of Coda in Brother Bear, 2003, which earned him an Annie Award nomination. However, as he transitioned into adulthood, the spotlight faded. No longer Disney's golden boy, he faced a harsh career downturn. Roles disappeared, endorsement deals vanished, and Hollywood turned its back in silence. The pressure of identity and growing isolation led Jeremy into depression. He withdrew from the spotlight, taking manual jobs to make ends meet, including working as a furnace operator and mechanical technician. Though he tried to make a comeback through voice roles in Zambasia 2012 and The Fix 2017, his career never fully recovered. He rarely speaks about his personal life, but it is known that he quietly married Maria in 2017, choosing a peaceful life after years of chasing fame. Now, at 35 years old, Jeremy Suarez still lives in California, spending his time teaching acting to children and participating in small independent voice projects. His estimated net worth is around $700,000. Enough for him to live with the peace that fame could never buy. Dee Dee Davis as Brianna Baby Girl Tompkins. Dee Dee Davis was born on April 17, 1996, in Culver City, California. She was only 5 years old when she played Brianna Tompkins, the family's beloved baby girl, whose sweet smile melted Bernie Mac's heart even as he tried to stay stern in The Bernie Mac Show, 2001. The role earned Dee Dee a Young Artist Award and made her one of the most adorable child stars on American television in the early 2000s. However, fame came too early and became a burden. When The Bernie Mac Show ended in 2006, Dee Dee was just 11, an age when she began to feel exhausted from public attention. She stepped away from Hollywood to focus on school and avoid the spotlight, but that decision caused her to lose her place in the industry. When she later tried to return, no one recognized the once famous baby girl. Adulthood wasn't easy for Dee Dee. She became a young mother, having 2 children with her boyfriend, Smokey Lee Jackson. Criticized on social media for becoming pregnant at a young age, Dee Dee often stayed silent, facing the pressures of motherhood before turning 25. Still, she remained resilient, focusing on raising her children and becoming a small content creator online, sharing glimpses of daily life and her motherhood journey. Today, at 29 years old, Dee Dee Davis continues to live in Illinois with her 2 young children, far from Hollywood's glare. Though her estimated net worth is only about $500,000, she leads a simple and happy life, often saying that no fame can compare to the smile of her children. Reginald Ballard as W.B. Reginald Ballard was born on October 13, 1965, in Galveston, Texas. At 36 years old, he played W.B., Bernie's loyal, humorous, and somewhat mischievous best friend in The Bernie Mac Show, 2001. His character served as a lighthearted presence amid the McCullough family's tensions, always showing up at just the right moments to bring laughter and gentle lessons about friendship. Before coming to Hollywood, Reginald was a college football player who earned a full scholarship to Southern Methodist University. But an injury and team sanctions forced him to take a different path. From a strong athlete, he became a struggling actor, often sleeping on friends' couches when he first arrived in Los Angeles. The pressure of abandoning sports to pursue the arts led him into emotional and financial crisis. His first major role in Menace II Society, 1993, helped him gain recognition, but much of his career afterward was confined to supporting or comic relief roles. Family life became his anchor through uncertain times. Reginald married young and had 2 children, but financial burdens forced him to take late-night stand-up gigs at small bars, sometimes without enough gas money to drive home. Despite the hardship, he stayed devoted to his craft, turning pain into humor. After The Bernie Mac Show ended, he shifted toward stand-up comedy and appeared in TV shows like Martin, Sister, Sister, and The Parkers, maintaining the image of a humble yet resilient performer. Now, at 60 years old, Reginald Ballard continues touring across the U.S. as a comedian and often appears at memorial events honoring Bernie Mac. He lives with his wife and 2 children in Pasadena, California, with an estimated net worth of around $1 million, largely earned from stand-up and television work. Lombardo Boyar as Chewy. Lombardo Boyar was born on December 1, 1973, in El Paso, Texas. At 28 years old, he portrayed Chewy, the friendly, humorous neighbor always ready to help Bernie through the chaotic situations of The Bernie Mac Show, 2001. Though a minor role, his warmth and natural charm as a Mexican-American quickly endeared him to audiences. Before entering Hollywood, Lombardo served as a forward observer in the 82nd Airborne Division of the U.S. Army. After leaving the military, he brought that same discipline into the entertainment industry. He faced racial stereotypes and invisible barriers, but refused to give up. Boyar proved his talent through voice roles in Rocket Power, Happy Feet, 2006. And most notably Coco, 2017. Although his career became steady, Lombardo admitted to feeling stressed from long work schedules and years spent away from home. He married Terry Guttormson in 2009, and they have 2 children, but constant travel between film sets made him feel like a guest in his own house. That's why he transitioned more fully into voice acting, where he could pursue his passion while staying closer to family. Today, at 52 years old, Lombardo Boyar remains active in both acting and voice work, collaborating with Disney and Netflix on new animated projects. His estimated net worth is about $2 million, enough to sustain a peaceful life with his family in Los Angeles. Michael Ralph as Kelly. Michael Ralph was born on September 12, 1963, in Waterbury, Connecticut. At 38 years old, he played Kelly, Jordan's loyal, shy, yet endearing friend, who often appeared in the simple, genuine everyday moments of The Bernie Mac Show, 2001. Though a small role, it made audiences remember Michael Ralph for his warmth, subtlety, and down-to-earth charm. Before gaining recognition through sitcoms, Michael had an impressive film career with Marked for Death, 1990, and Malcolm X, 1992. However, like many black actors of his era, he struggled within a biased Hollywood system where leading roles were rare. For years, he only received supporting or guest roles in shows like Martin, Moesha, and The Parkers, which often made him consider quitting. Yet his faith and passion for acting kept him going, eventually leading him to transition into teaching and screenwriting when on-camera opportunities faded. Michael Ralph's personal life remains very private. He has never made his marital status public, staying away from scandals and social media. He once admitted going through a crisis during the silence of the phone, when no one was calling to offer roles. That period of stillness, however, helped him rediscover his purpose. He continued doing voice work for films such as Happy Feet 2 and Frozen 2, maintaining a steady yet quiet career. Now, at 62 years old, Michael Ralph still lives in California, teaching acting and occasionally speaking at seminars about black representation in American cinema. His estimated net worth is around $800,000, enough for him to live peacefully, simply, and continue doing what he loves. Wade Williams as Father Cronin. Wade Williams was born on December 24, 1961, in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He was 40 years old when he played Father Cronin, a strict yet compassionate priest who brought moments of both depth and humor to The Bernie Mac Show, 2001. His presence added realism and humanity to the McCullough family's story. Before becoming well-known on television, Wade spent many years on Broadway, refining his craft through productions like Les Miserables and Ragtime. However, transitioning to the screen was far from easy. Hollywood often typecast him in villain roles, which took a toll on his mental health. His portrayal of Officer Bellick in Prison Break, 2005 to 2009, brought him fame but also robbed him of inner peace. Off-screen, Wade is a devoted husband and father. He has a stable marriage and one daughter, but has admitted that constantly playing dark roles made him feel like he was bringing negative energy home. The emotional strain led to severe stress and a temporary break from acting. Eventually, he found balance by shifting to voice work and lighter television projects such as The Blacklist and Westworld. Today, at 64 years old, Wade Williams continues to work steadily in the arts while also teaching acting to young students in Los Angeles. His estimated net worth is about $3 million, the result of a disciplined and enduring career. Rick Hoffman as Jerry Best. Rick Hoffman was born on June 12, 1970, in New York City. At 32 years old, he played Jerry Best in The Bernie Mac Show, 2002. Bernie's sharp but stressed-out manager, constantly caught between fame, business, and the unpredictable moods of a star. His character represented the darker, more exhausting side of the entertainment industry. Before gaining recognition, Rick endured difficult years in Los Angeles. A theater graduate from the University of Arizona, he spent years taking minor roles or background parts, such as a security guard in Conspiracy Theory, 1997. At night, he worked as a waiter to survive, and by day, he went from one audition to another. When the Street, 2000 was canceled after just 7 episodes. He was nearly bankrupt. Yet that setback became a turning point, leading him back to New York. Even though his part in the Bernie Mac show was small, it opened a new chapter, proving that Rick could bring emotional depth even to comedic characters. After the Bernie Mac show, Rick appeared in Samantha Who, 2007 to 2009, before achieving a major breakthrough with his role as Louis Litt in Suits, 2011 to 2019, a performance that earned him a Critics' Choice Award nomination. Louis became a reflection of Rick's real life, intelligent, sensitive, perfectionist, but haunted by anxiety and loneliness. The mental strain sometimes forced him to take breaks from filming, yet he always returned, saying acting was the only thing that made him feel alive. Today, at 55-year-old, Rick Hoffman remains single and lives in Manhattan with his young son, whom he raises alone. He makes occasional appearances in the spin-off Suits, LA, and collaborates with Netflix on new comedy projects. Though his estimated net worth is around $1 million, he continues to live simply, quiet, thoughtful, and grounded. Meagan Fay as Joan Lefkoe. Meagan Fay was born in Chicago, Illinois, and joined the Bernie Mac show in 2002 at the age 39, playing Joan Lefkoe, the refined yet nosy neighbor who brought both humor and heartfelt moments to the show. With her distinctive voice and graceful acting, she gave the character a rare emotional depth for a family sitcom. Before appearing on television, Meagan was a celebrated stage performer at Chicago's The Second City, the birthplace of many American comedy legends. She left her hometown to study classical theater in Dublin, Ireland, where she earned praise at the Dublin Theatre Festival. But her road to Hollywood was far from easy. For years, she lived in a small Los Angeles apartment, endlessly auditioning while facing rejection for being too mature or not leading lady material. The ongoing struggle led to mild depression, but her unwavering belief in the stage kept her going. Through persistence, she earned recognition in Roseanne, Malcolm in the Middle, and The Bernie Mac Show, solidifying her status as one of television's most beloved supporting actresses. Meagan keeps her personal life private. She married cinematographer William Gunther in 1993, and the two have remained together for more than 3 decades. They have no children, but have always considered art their shared child. When the COVID-19 pandemic shut down theaters, Meagan turned to directing, debuting the stage play Kunstler in Manhattan, which received critical acclaim. Today, at 62 years old, Meagan Fay continues to act and direct, appearing in the series Loot, 2022, and working on independent theater projects. Her estimated net worth is around $5 million, the result of over 40 years of dedication to her craft. Anthony Anderson as Brian. Anthony Anderson was born on August 15, 1970, in Compton, California. He joined the Bernie Mac show in 2002 at the age of 32, playing Brian, Bernie's witty yet pragmatic friend, often caught between loyalty and a razor-sharp sense of humor. The role revealed his natural comedic charm and laid the foundation for a flourishing career ahead. Anthony's childhood was marked by poverty and violence in Compton. The son of a telephone operator and a steelworker stepfather, he learned early on that laughter was the only weapon against pain. After a humiliating failure during his first stand-up performance, he almost gave up, but encouragement from his friend Guy Torry helped him try again. The early years of his career were a long grind. He survived on small roles in Hang Time, In the House, and The Bernie Mac Show while juggling side jobs to stay afloat. The stress and pressure eventually led to type 2 diabetes, what he called the price of fame that came late. Anthony's marriage to Alvina Stewart lasted more than 2 decades, but was filled with turbulence, ending in 2023 after multiple separations. Following the divorce, he poured his energy into work, earning acclaim for Blackish, 2014 to 2022, which brought him 11 Emmy nominations and made him a symbol of the modern Black American man. Yet fame also revived old controversies. Sexual assault allegations from years earlier resurfaced when he was announced as host of the 2024 Emmy Awards, briefly shaking his career. Now, at 55 years old, Anthony Anderson remains active on television with We Are Family and continues his philanthropic efforts focused on diabetes awareness. With an estimated net worth of around $4 million, he lives alone in Los Angeles, but maintains a close relationship with his two children, Nathan and Kyra. Niecy Nash as Benita. Niecy Nash, born Carol Denise Ensley, was born on February 23, 1970, in Palmdale, California. When she joined the Bernie Mac show between 2003 and 2005, she was 33 years old, playing Benita, Bernie's lively, talkative, yet lovable sister who constantly annoyed and charmed him in equal measure. Niecy's natural humor and radiant charisma made every one of her appearances unforgettable. But behind that bright smile was a past marked by pain and loss. At 15, Niecy witnessed her mother being shot by an abusive partner, and a few years later, her brother, Michael Ensley, was murdered on a school campus. The trauma pushed her toward comedy as a form of survival, yet her road to success was far from easy. Throughout the 1990s, she could only land minor roles in ER and NYPD Blue before breaking out with Reno 9/11, 2003 to 2009, and the lifestyle show Clean House, which earned her a 2010 Daytime Emmy Award. Her personal life was equally turbulent. After a long, difficult divorce from her first husband, Don Nash, father of her 3 children, she married electrical engineer Jay Tucker in 2011, only to divorce in 2020. That same year, Niecy shocked Hollywood by marrying singer Jessica Betts, boldly declaring, "I didn't come out. I'm just living my truth." Though she battled depression after her divorce, she turned pain into power, thriving in roles like Claws, 2017 to 2022, and Dahmer, Monster, The Jeffrey Dahmer Story, 2022, which earned her a prestigious Emmy and cemented her status as a symbol of resilience for Black women in entertainment. Today, at 55 years old, Niecy Nash Betts remains one of Hollywood's most dynamic performers. She stars in Grotesquerie, 2024 to present, and was chosen as the Grand Marshal for the LA Pride Parade, embodying freedom, authenticity, and compassion. Her estimated net worth is around $4 million. 20 years have passed, yet the Bernie Mac show continues to make audiences both laugh and cry. Which cast member's story surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more emotional then and now journeys.